Namaskaram, Yallarku Vanakkam. I'll just be the filler item till they finalize it is virtual or real, since it is a lecture and I'm here in person. But this has been a historic occasion for all of us who are students of history, heritage, culture, conservation from all over the country who have come here. And thanks to one person's vision, that is dear Dr. Padma Subramaniam ji, a big hand for her. And cultural agencies like the IGNCA, the Ministry of Culture, ASI, and the South Central Zone to have taken this up and provided all facilities. Such events and occasions comes very rarely. In last 40 years, we have not seen or partaken of such a gathering, at least for many of us visiting from outside, on one city, specifically the citadel of Tamil culture. So we are very, very privileged. We are very lucky. Those of you seeing it on the internet worldwide anywhere are also very lucky to have been access to all of these great scholars, artists, performers, thinkers, ideators. Thank you once again for being here, and I'm sure this will remain a historical landmark in cultural history, not only of Tamil Nadu, but of India. Namaskaram.
Shri N. Srikanth. Shri N. Srikanth is a multifaceted Bharatanatyam dancer, choreographer, Bhagavata Mela artist, and so traveled to countries like USA, Canada, Singapore, Egypt, Mauritius, and many more. He has received many awards. To mention a few: Yuvakala Bharati, Pandanallur Shanmugasundaram Pillai Award, Bismillah Khan Yuva Puraskar, and Best Male Dancer Award from Abhay. Along with him, we have Thiruvayaru S. Narasimhan on vocal,
जानकी कांत स्मरणं
जय जय राम राम
गोपिका जीवन स्मरणं
गोविंद गोविंद
विनायक मूर्ति की
जय
हर नमः पार्वती पतये
हर हर महादेव
हे लक्ष्मी नृसिंह मूर्ति की
जय
वरदराज मूर्ति की
जय
आंजनेय स्वामी की जय.
ஓம் ஸ்ரீ சத்குருப்யோ நமஹ. எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கம். தமிழ்நாட்டில் தமிழில் பேசுகிறத தனிப்பெருமையாக நினைக்கிற தமிழன் நான். ஆனால் இந்த நிகழ்ச்சி உலகம் முழுக்க ஒலிபரப்புறதுனால ஆங்கிலத்தில் தொடரலாம்னு நினைக்கிறேன். மன்னிக்கணும். இசைக்கும் நடனத்திற்கும் மொழி ஒரு தடையாக என்றும் இருந்ததில்லை என்பதை நீங்களும் அறிவீர்கள், நானும் நன்கு அறிவேன் என்ற நம்பிக்கையுடன் இதோ உங்கள் முன் At the very outset, I would like to thank the Indira Gandhi National Center for Arts for giving me an opportunity to share my experience, something that is very close to my heart, a lecture demonstration on Bhagavatamela, the music and dance in Bhagavatamela. My namaskarams to all the elders, Rasikas, art lovers. My namaskarams to my guru, Dr. Padma Subramaniam Akka, to Kalyana Sundaram sir, and to all the dignitaries present here. 30 minutes is really a short time to talk anything about or share anything about Bhagavatamela, but I'll try my level best to. I have written it down so that I don't exceed time. A quick brief history on Bhagavatamela. By the end of 14th century, the Vijayanagar Empire annexed Cholamandalam to its kingdom and founded the Nayaks dynasty in Thanjavur. When the Vijayanagar Empire was defeated by the Muslim invaders in 1565 AD, several families of composers, poets, Vedic scholars and performing artists from the empire migrated to Thanjavur. The second Nayak king, Achyutappa, offered refuge to these families and got them settled in Thanjavur and nearby places. A set of 500 Brahmin families were given shelter at Unnadapuram. Each family was offered a house and a well, 1.5 acres of cultivable land, and a cow. Composers settled at Unnadapuram made the village renowned as Achyutapati, Achyutapuri, Unnadapuram, Unnatapuri, and so on, in reverence to Achyutappa Nayak's endowment of Unnadapuram. The current name is Melatur, which can be split into Mela or festival and Ur, plays. The name Melatur was in existence even during the early part of the 18th century. In one of Vaidyanath's Shabdam, the composer salutes Unnatapurishvara or Shiva as Minnaina Melatturi Unnatapurisha Swami Paraku Ninnu Nammi Salamu. Now we come to the composer of Bhagavata Mela Natakams. Venkatrama Shastri is said to have composed 12 Bhagavata Mela Natakams. Bhagavata Mela is the only existing art form which totally complies with Natya as explained by sage Bharata in Natya Shastra. Some of the Natakams are Prahlada Charitamu, Harishchandra Natakamu, Sita Parinayamu, Usha Parinayamu, Rukmini Kalyanam, Harihara Leela Vilasamu, Markandeya Charitamu, Sati Savitri, Dhruva Charitamu, Kamsavadam Krishna Jananam, and so on. All these plays are written in Telugu and performed only by Bhagavatars. Only men take part in these Natakams and don female roles. As a Bhagavata Mela artist, one has to be well versed in music, dance, and dialogue delivery. Needless to say, bhakti or devotion is the underlying current in this ritualistic art form called Bhagavata Mela. I thought it would be appropriate to demonstrate all that I would like to from the characters that I have portrayed in the last 4 decades. I shall start with a short shloka and a dialogue by Bhakta Prahlada from Prahlada Charitamu. Arirmitram Visham Padyam Adharmo Dharmatam Vrajet Anukule Jagannate Viparite Viparyayaha. Jagannate Anukule Sati. Jagannathudu Anukulamai Untaka Arirmitram Shatrude Mitrudavunu Adharmame Dharmamavunu Ee Kalakuta Vishame Padyamavunu. Hari Hari. Now we come to the content of Bhagavata Mela. Bhagavata Mela Natakas contain Churnikas, Champakamalas, Dharus, Dvipadas, Kandams, Kandarthams, Padams, Padavarnams, Padyams, Sandivachanams, Shardulams, Sesams, Vachanas and Tilanas. In his composition of Dharus, Venkatrama Shastri has employed all the kinds like Praveshadharu, introduction of a character, Samvadadharu, conversation between two characters, Uttara Pratyuttradharu, question and answer pattern, Varnanadharu, description of a place or nature or a person, Pralabadharu, lamenting, Swagatadharu, soliloquy, Avirbhavadharu, entry of divinely characters. Apart from these, there are Elapadams and a beautiful Chindu also finds a place in Venkatrama Shastri's compositions. I shall now demonstrate the Ganapati Praveshadharu from the Prahlada Charitram.
ಅವರ ಈ ವಿದಂಬುನ ಪ್ರಹ್ಲಾದ ಚರಿತ ನಾಟ್ಯ ನಾಟಕ ವೈಖರಿಗೆ విఘ్నంబుగాగుండ విఘ్నేశ్వరుడు వచ్చే మార్గంబు పర్ర.
What we heard just now is called the Sandivachanam. The Jati that comes immediately after the Sandivachanam is called the Mukha Jathi. There is another Jati which follows the Praveshadharu, which is called the Antya Jati. Antya Jati is different for each tada. I'll quickly recite the Antya Jatis for you and then we will move on with the demonstration of Ganapati Pravesham. For Adi Talam it is for Mishra Chapu junnu ta ta ti ritta kitta dinganatva. And for kandam ta da di ta da di ta radhinganatvam radhinganatvam radhinganatvam. Ganapati praveshadaru.
Ganapati vachedurare
Just with the Praveshadharus, Venkatrama Shastri has brought in a lot of varieties. We're going to see that now. The Praveshadharu of Demon King Hiranyakashipu has a jati, sort of a pattern what we call Samu or Samam. This is to show the prowess or valor of the king using different weapons like sword, mace, etc. Let me recite the jati for you.
Amita parakrama Vigudaka digidaka 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 Talangu taka diga taka tadinginato Teya Teya Da 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 da
The Patra Pravesha Dharu of Queen Chandramati is very close to my heart, as this was the first heroine role that was given to me when I was barely 12. This again has an interesting jati which can be used in 3 ways. One, as a complex Attami pattern behind the tereshile or the handheld curtain, or as a korvai using adavus, or as the actual Tere Tirmanam. I'll demonstrate it as a korvai right now because of time constraint. I think I just have to stick to one variation. I'll just do the jati as a korvai using adavus from Queen Chandramati's Patra Pravesham.
Vedalano Chandramati Vipuni Chantagoni Pudu Dantagadagadam Din Digi Digi Din Digi Dim Dantagadagadam Din Digi Digi Din Digi Dim Dantagadagadin Digi Digi Tagadim Tagatakadom Tagadam Dittam Dittai Dittam
The Patra Pravesha Dharu of Bhakta Prahlada has a swaram and a corresponding sahityam, which I will request Sri Narasimhan sir to sing and demonstrate.
Ni ni da da ba ma ni da ba ma ga ri ga ma ba da ma pa ma ga ri ga ma pa ma pa. Ni ni da da ba ma ni da ba ma ga ri ga ma ba da ma pa ma ga ri ga ma pa ma pa. Pa ma ga ri ga ma pa.
Last one in the Patra Pravesha Dharu is the Bhumi Devi Patra Pravesha Dharu from Prahlada Charitramu. This has a Dharu Tilana, which I will request Sri Venkatesan sir to sing and demonstrate.
Bamalara Baludau Prakladuni Vayamuti Chayadugo Ni Purudim Taradana Dadito Darina Tiritilla
poetic genius of Venkatrama Shastri is revealed in his exquisite sahityas. His musical genius is unfolded in the choice and handling of the apurva or rare ragas. He possessed a natural talent for choosing the appropriate ragas, which are in perfect consonance with the meaning of the songs and different shades of moods of the characters under various situations dictated by the play. He also adopted the time theory in selection of ragas, that is, he chose some of the ragas appropriate to the time of the day it's being played or performed. Venkatrama Shastri in general used only Rakti ragas as they are very expressive of the sentiments of heart and afford richer scope for descriptive and exhaustive treatment of music and dance. In addition to Rakti ragas, he's also used some rare and uncommon ragas like Ghanta, Ahiri, Neelambari, Mallaru, Shuddha Dhanyasi, etc. Here, the Ghanta has a very special place because it is also called Melatur Ghanta and it is also called Dukkha Ghanta. We will have a demonstration of this Ghanta from Prahlada Charitamu. Sorry, Harishchandra Natakamu.
Nelaraju Vamcha Andalini Ne Janminchi భాస్కరుని కులములో పెండ్లాడి
Another classic example for this is Kuranji. Venkatrama, we all know that each raga has a specific emotion. When sung properly, it evokes a particular emotion. Venkatrama Shastri has used the same raga and probably created something totally different. Example for this is Kuranji. Kuranji is a very lilting, auspicious raga usually sung in weddings like Sita Kalyana Vaibhogame Rama Kalyana Vaibhogame. Just see the contrast how Venkatrama Shastri has done the same raga Kuranji from Harishchandra Natakam, where Queen Chandramati lost her child. She's in the burial ground, and this is what you hear.
Chinni bala vela ninnu edadi adulu taala ninnai nana jeevara
Appropriately enough, most of the darus are set in Chapu and Aditalas, a few in Rupaka and Jampa. Most of the songs have intense meaning which results in Sattvika Abhinaya. Many a time an artist is expected to be spontaneous and a simple line is being elaborated upon multiple times, giving multiple interpretations. Venkatrama Shastri has also intelligently used ragas like Atana, Sama, etc. to bring out a completely different mood altogether, which is what I'm going to be demonstrating right now. I will now demonstrate Dharu in Ragam Sama, where the anxiety of Queen Chandramati waiting for her son's arrival, who was sent to the forest to fetch sacred grass. In this particular Dharu, I'm going to be reiterating 2 points: that a simple line can be sung multiple times, and all that happens is, at least most of it happens on stage, we don't rehearse. Number 2, how he has used ragam like Sama to bring out the emotion of anxiety in Chandramati. In Dayani.
తూనే ఇంత పొద్దాయనే ఇకనేమి చేతునే ఇంత పొద్దాయనే ఇకనేమి చేతునే ఇంత పొద్దాయనే ఇకనేమి చేతునే ఇంత పొద్దాయనే ఇకనేమి చేతునే ఇంత పొద్దాయమి చేతునే ఇంత పొద్దాయనే ఇకనేమి 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 చేతునే ఇకనేమి చేతునే ఇంత పొద్దాయనే ఇకనేమి చేతునే ఇంత పొద్దాయనే ఇకనేమి చేతునే ఇందిరోనా విపుడు ఇంకరాడాయనే ఇందిరోనా విపుడు ఇంకరాడాయనే జామ చీకటిలోన సరగుణ రమ్మంటినే జామ చీకటిలోన సరగుణ రమ్మంటినే జామ చీకటిలోన సరగుణ రమ్మంటినే నాడిల్తరాగనుండ ఏమి కారణము వాడిల్తరాగనుండ ఏమి కారణము పోయి వస్తానుంటే పొరియడు విప్రుడు పోయి వస్తానుంటే పొనియడు విప్రుడు వాయనికేతమాయ వామరో వినవే వాయనికేతమాయ వామరో వినవే దత్తై తలాంగుతకతిగతుంగుతకతిగినతో
Apart from the Darus, I mentioned about Ela Padams. I'll request the Thiruvayar brothers to demonstrate a Ela Padam for you from again Harishchandra Natakamu.
Saketa Puramandu Jayamulti Ultini Saketa Puramandu Jayamulti Ultini
Songs like the one I demonstrated are usually not rehearsed at home. We go to our family temple and practice. It is also important to note that some of the songs are not rehearsed at all. Makeup for characters like Yama is done in the middle of the street and he is covered with a dhoti until he enters the stage, and the artist is expected not to speak to anyone until he removes his makeup. The actor who dons the role of Lord Nrisimha has to maintain certain austerities on the day of the performance. I would like to end this lecture demonstration with a Stambhastuti to Lord Nrisimha taken from Prahlada Charitamu. This is a prayer to Lord Nrisimha by Bhakta Prahlada, which some of the Melaturians recite every single evening, even today. Deva Deva Ide Samayamayya.
Deva Deva Ide Samayamayya. Deva Deva Ide Samayamayya. Ee Stambhamunanu Avaginchi Nannu Probavayya. Ee Stambhamunanu Avaginchi Nannu Probavayya. Devegame Karuna Chuda Vedali Mugadu Vadinayipudu. Devegame Karuna Chuda Vedali Mugadu Vadinayipudu. Mama Ninnu Sharanu Chantinayya. Chadiya Kumani Grakkunananu Garavimpavayya. Rakkasidudu Nannu Chala Rakkasimbadalathanayya. Namuralaginchi Gavummayya. Sriharininu Nammitini Gadai Vittuvagumayya. Amadami Pudala Achudadi Nilayudaina Deva Deva Ide Samayamayya. Deva
On behalf of my musicians, Thiruvayar Sri Narasimhan sir, Thiruvayar Dr. Venkateshan sir, and my Mridangist Nage Sri Sriram, and on behalf of Managing Trustee Guru Kalaimamani Sri Kumar, I take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for your presence, blessings and support. Please do come to Melator during the month of May and witness this event. This is going to be on the 20th of May this year. So please do join us following COVID protocols if it is still there. Namaskarams to one and all.
Janaki Kanta Smaranam Jai Jai Ram Ram Gopika Jeevana Smaranam Govinda Govinda Hara Namah Parvati Pataye Hara Mahadeva He Lakshmi Nrusimhamurti ki Jai Anjaneya Swami ki Jai.
With the blessings of Narasimha Swami, I'm sure all of you are taking back with you that Bhakti Rasa. We saw glimpses of Bhagavatamela, but beautifully portrayed. And Bhagavatamela is known for its music. That's why I titled the lecture as Music and Dance in Bhagavatamela. And Srikanth is good in both dance and music. An excellent presentation, except that he forgot the specs. But it also added the way in which you turned back and removed the specs and kept it in your hand and made that Mahaganesha mudra so beautifully with no tension.
எல்லாருக்கும் தெரியும் நான் யாரோட ஸ்டூடெண்ட்னு. இத்தனை கூட எனக்கு அறிவு இல்லைன்னா நான் அவளோட ஸ்டூடெண்ட்னு சொல்லிக்கிறதுல அர்த்தமே கிடையாது.
என்ன பாட்டு என்ன பாட்டு. நமஸ்காரம் நமஸ்காரம் சொல்கிறத தவிர வேறு ஒன்றுமே சொல்ல முடியாது. திருவையார் brothers are known for their extraordinary music. Those who don't belong to Tamil Nadu, or even those who stay in Thanjavur and have not seen Melatur Bhagavatamela, I have to say, please go. Go there and you must enjoy it in that surrounding. Anything has to be seen in its own surrounding. That makes all the difference. Bhagavatamela is not an exhibit. Don't think it is for an exhibition. In fact, I get very angry with any critics who want to write a review of Bhagavatamela. I tell them, will you be reviewing a priest who is doing puja in the temple? This is equal to that. Bhagavatamela is nothing but prayer in the form of natya. And one more thing, that extraordinary music, some of the ragas, there is no time, some of the ragas are treated very differently. That Ghanta you heard, what beautiful treatment of Ghanta. Like earlier, we heard in Priyadarshini's demonstration, we heard Gauli Pantu. The Gauli Pantu which Brindama sings would be different even from the Gauli Pantu sung by her own cousin brother, Professor Vishwanathan. So they have their own style. And that's music. And Sri Ram, Nandikeshwaram.
that special way of playing for Bhagavatamela has been mastered by him. I must say that because it's not easy to play. It's not like playing a Jadiswaram or Alaripu. This is something, its own style is there. And all the artists are Bhagavatas. There is a different. They are just not artists, they are Bhagavatas. And this entire Bhagavatamela was created by our Acharyas to spread bhakti. Bhagavatam Pravachanam or Bhagavatam Natyam makes them, the artists are elevated to the sthana of Bhagavata. So, I feel like yesterday we had Nama Sankirtanam, so beautiful, so soulful. Even this little sample of Bhagavatamela that you had today has purified the air. It has purified the minds, and it would definitely Corona எல்லாத்தையும் விரட்டிடும். நரசிம்ம சுவாமி நினைச்சா எதை விரட்ட முடியாது. I thank on behalf of all the three institutions, and I want to mention the presence of Sri Kumar, who's here. Please come, Kumar. He's the younger brother of Bharatam Natarajan, Bharatam Kumar. I want to dedicate this small lecture demonstration to the memory of Bharatam Natarajan. Who had really completely slogged all his life to maintain the troupe, to celebrate Bhagavatamela every year. I've heard people saying, I go to the job, I do any job, I go abroad, I want to earn. And Natarajan was one who was living in Dubai. He was doing a job of an engineer there, so that with that money he can come and celebrate Bhagavatamela every year. This is the family which has been protecting this tradition, not with just these brothers Kumar and Natarajan alone. Their father, their grandfather. I am so proud that I also belong to the next village, Papanasham. In fact, Melatur belongs to the Papanasham Taluk. And my father was born in Papanasham. My father, well-known film producer director K. Subramaniam, got inspired in dramatic performance because as a child he learnt Bhagavatamela. Even sir, ungalukku theriyadu. He was a student of Kinjin Kodandramayar. And my Chittappa also, Lakshmi Vishwanathan's father, both the brothers were learning Bhagavatamela, but my Tata, it seems, thought if they continue this, they won't go to the college. So they stopped him. Anyway, that was a starting point of interest in dramatic art, which led him into cinema. Drama was meant to not just entertain, but elevate people. So Bhagavatamela is one such tradition which is surviving, and it has to survive. I hope you are continuing the school which Natarajan started. Please teach youngsters to speak. That is another aspect. We had no time. You should see Kumar as Hiranya. You will be frightened. You will be running out of the hall. So this is a complete theatre. Bhagavatamela is complete theatre. Please continue to run the school. Teach them to play mridangam. Teach them to. Trivayar brothers must definitely teach the younger children to sing, because the tradition has to continue. Thank you all so much. எங்க யோகிதா? Shriram has been playing for me for the past 20 years.
That was a brilliant lecture demonstration on music and dance in Bhagavata Mela Natakam by Sri and Srikanth. I had the opportunity of being in person for Prahlada Charitramu, but today I am so happy we were able to watch little of Harishchandra Natakamu also. Now we'll have a lunch break and resume in around 2:15, I think. Please do come back.